Hi guys, happy Friday. Welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna pour right over top of this piece that I did. It was not really what I planned on. It was a little drab. So let's go right over the top of it, you guys. Here we go. Base paint, Canadian Tire, Easy Flow, semi-gloss, which I don't usually use, but it seems like it's working well. And we're going to try to keep this fairly simple for colors. Not everything has to be in your face bright. Sometimes less is more, you guys. So here we're going to do, this is the Silver Flash. I think it's a folk art color shift. Kind of silvery, kind of a silver mauve color. We're going to do 2 big blobs for now. And this is Liquitex Payne's Gray mixed with a little bit of black just to kind of darken it up. We're going to do a big, maybe we're going to thin it a tiny bit. It's a little thick. Have patience, guys. I should have done this before, but I didn't. Now it's going to be too thin. Okay. You guys are awesome. Like, you know, every video I try to remember to thank everybody, and if I forget, I do apologize. Sometimes I'm so busy concentrating on what I'm doing or what the kids are doing or what my cat's doing or something that I forget. I forget the gratitude, but I'm very humbled and I'm very sincere. You guys mean the world. Okay, look at that big blob, Payne's Gray. And let's just modify our puddle. You know what, you guys? I've had lots of people reach out and question things like, you know, why do I do this and why? Just, you know what? Ask. Don't ever be afraid to ask, you guys. I am a total open book. I have no secrets. Yeah, just go for it. Ask me. If I can answer the question, I will. If I can't, I'll be honest and tell you, I don't know. I am just learning too, right along with you guys. Okay, let's blow this piece out. Let's torch it first. Step 1, get rid of the bubbles. Okay guys, here we go. Mind my head. Okay, let's let our center come back. And then we shall modify. We'll pop a few bubbles while we're waiting. Get rid of this little one that's just popped up. The other day I was painting and I sometimes wonder why my colors aren't solid and saturated and punched in, and I poured the piece and I hated it and it was ugly and my colors were yucky and they were dull, and so I scraped it and I poured it again, and I think I probably did that 2 or 3 times, and I was super frustrated. It just wasn't working. And then I realized that my glasses were so dirty that I was looking through a fog, and there was nothing wrong with my colors. It was me. So if you wear glasses and you paint, be sure to take them off and wash them occasionally. Okay guys, let's blow this out a bit more. Okay, let's do it. Let's modify our bloom, guys. We're not going to get super fancy. We're just going to take it apart. Just like that. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, let's do this. Let's move this paint around. These tiles are super heavy. This is an 8x8 ceramic tile. No gloss on this one. It's kind of like a natural stone. It's super heavy though. I prefer the little smooth ones, but these were such a good price I couldn't say no. So somebody asked me where I get my tiles, and most of the time I purchase them from the Habitat for Humanity store. In Canada, they're really cheap. These are like 40 cents a tile for the 8x8s, 60 cents for 10x10, 20 cents for 4x4. So you know what? There isn't any other substrate that we can paint on that says cheap. Like, not that I can find. So yeah, stop in there. They have some really cool things. You have to go with intent to not necessarily find them that day, because they do, you know, operate on people's donations. So maybe nobody donated that day, but you go in the next day and they have every tile size that you want. And some are second, so you do have to be prepared to pick through them. I've found some I just bought a whole box full for like 5 cents a tile because they still had glue on them from somebody's shower. So, you know, for me, it's not really a big deal. All right, look at all these fun creations going on. Let's take it right off that corner and back over. Okay, not exactly a bloom, but definitely some fun things going on. Just gonna turn it a tiny bit. All right, let's just see what happens here. This is kind of like a science experiment. I've never just done sort of the two colors, which is nice, lots of contrast. Lots of interesting lines and squiggles, and because of that shift paint, it's kind of like an iridescent purpley mauve color, but you'd have to be in the right light to see that. Okay, so let's go up here and make our little chain. Maybe up here. I'm not really sure where to go here, guys. It's just kind of fun the way it is. It's pretty simple and basic, and sometimes that's all you need. Simple and basic. I'm stuck. All right, let's try to take some of these and just make some fun curly Q things. Just to change the composition slightly. You can change your lines, guys. You don't have to accept the way the paint went down. Modify it. Change the lines. Make them the way you want them. Add to them, take paint away. You are in control. It's your piece. Do not let the paint win, you guys. Okay, sometimes if these little lines start to kind of bleed out a bit, if you just leave it for 10-15 minutes and come back to it, you have greater success with modifying and making these little swirls that stay once the paint sets up. But I can't keep everybody on video while I make little swirls. That would be totally boring. What would I babble about? I have a hard enough time trying to find things to talk about for the 12 minutes it takes me to do this. Some days I'm a motor mouth, as you all know. All right, guys, I'm going to end this piece here. I'm going to try to figure out how to get down without casting shadows. Hard to do. This is definitely very different, but it's kind of fun too. All right, look at that. There's my arm coming in. There you go, guys. Definitely interesting. Mind the glare. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. Thanks very much for coming and joining my channel, you guys, watching my videos, listening to my nonsense. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful weekend. You know what? Stay safe, pour happy, be nice to each other, guys. If somebody asks you questions, if you can answer them, answer them. You know what? We're all in this crazy art form together. Talk soon, guys. Bye for now.